Alrighty guys, welcome back to my channel, and I've got some funny news, to be honest, and it's probably not funny for all, but basically I did some scummy things and I traded in Nick DAICOS at basically the last second. So you guys are probably thinking said it was a trap all pre-season. Alright, this is my thought process before you jump down my throat. So the options I was considering: Sicily, Stewart, Dawson, and that's it, isn't it? Yeah, they're the only ones. So, all right, Sicily and I'm gonna start with Sicily. So Sicily, he, I've got a feeling can play lockdown, and Sam Mitchell's come out and said that he, will play lockdown at times this season. So I was like, all right, let's cross him off. 630k as well, or 620k, not worth it. That's my thought process on him. Then I thought, all right, Tom Stewart, we know he's got the two tags, or assuming two tags early. And then Dawson as well is getting two tags early. So I'm like, well, you know what? They're all getting tagged anyway. Why don't I just pick the one that's one, the cheapest, and two, I like watching the most, and three has the most upside. That was my thought process. And I was saying things in the Discord. People were trying to talk me out of it, but I was like, no, I'm going with my gut. I literally woke up with a gut feeling. And yeah, I just sort of thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a punt on him. And this is by no means like a successful pick yet. Like, it's only one game. That's one thing. Like, we always exaggerate round one and overreact, but it's definitely nice having a 129. On the flip side of that, Tanner Bruhn, fucking hell, seriously. I mean, that was one of the most infuriating games because, like, I wanted to be happy because Nick DAICOS was going off, but Tanner Bruhn, man, like, fucking hell. I don't know what's to go with him. Like, he didn't get CBAs in the second half at all. Like, he looked good in the midfield. Fucking, they're gonna run Dangerfield and Guthrie, who are old and fucking dog shit. Like, oh, so frustrating. Like, Chris Scott, did you not watch the Brisbane game? Did you not coach that game? Like, seriously. It's frustrating. Anyway, it could be worse. It could be Tom Stewart. So Bruin, I mean, he could be the sub next week at this point. It's quite sad, and the role was just not what we thought. We got fucked over. It's similar to what possibly Goulden could have. I don't think Goulden will play wing though. It's more like a half forward. But I would have rather Bruin at the half forward than the wing. Like, fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, Tom Stewart's really unlucky. We'll talk about him in a second. In terms of what to do with Bruin, I think we just hold for one more week. I know a lot of people are going to jump off. Another option is to downgrade like a Primo for a mid-pricer and then have enough to go Bruin up to like a Cogs or something next week. I personally will just think I'll just wait and see. Depending on other players, if my other mid-pricers fire, then I'll definitely wait and see. But if they all start doing shit, then I might have to move some just so I can. I'm going to need more than 3 trades in that price rise week otherwise. So, yeah. All right, let's go through the scores a bit. So, fuck off, Isaac Smith. Geez, Geelong didn't score well at all. So there's definitely room for some upside with that whole team. Oh my god, like, gee whiz. What have they got saying on Bruin? Started brightly, but traded off badly. I don't know, maybe they might mix it up next week and, like, fucking Dangerfield might have to go. And they'll be like, alright, we'll play Bruin in the mid now, in the second half. Maybe it's a fitness thing, I don't know. We won't really talk about Geelong. So Tom Stewart's very unlucky. I mean, people who started him, like, there's nothing you can do about that. I don't know how serious the injury is. I don't think anyone does yet. I heard someone say 2 to 4 weeks. I can't remember who it was, but it's probably going to be a trade at this point. Yeah, just really unlucky. And, like, as good as that is for everyone that doesn't have him, it's just so, like, it's depressing because it's like, you do all this off-season research, pre-season research, and you get to the game and, like, to have someone go down on 18, like a Primo 600k, there's just nothing you can do about that. There's no matter how much, like, studying and shit, you cannot do anything about it. Like, it reminds me, like, this game is a lot of luck. So, yeah, feel for anyone that has Stewart because it is just complete bullshit. We probably won't talk about Geelong anymore. I don't think there's any other relevancy in that. Oh, Radigalea, for 6 touches to have that score, it's actually not too bad. I don't know if he can get enough of the ball to be worthwhile, but pretty much all his disposals intercepts, I think. Yeah, 4 marks, 6 possessions, so almost all of them. Yeah, I mean he's on my field on my bench at R3, so you never know. I could see the upside being there, but I just think he's more of a lockdown, so he's not playing freely. But who knows? I don't know what's going to happen if Stewart's out. Maybe they'll keep him as a loose and bring in more key defenders. I don't know. I really don't know. De Goey and Pendles looked unreal. And I don't know if this is like sustainable every week, but they both definitely look good. I think, yeah. I think De Goey's one that I would consider. Pendles, I mean, the age isn't great, so you couldn't really pick him, I don't think. If he was DPP, maybe, but mid only. I mean, he did only play pretty much midfield, so that's a good sign. But yeah, it would be a bit risky, in my opinion, to go Pendles. Nick DAICOS, absolutely unreal, and he actually scored a little bit less than what I think he should have. So 35 touches. He was off when they had about 4 behinds in a row at the end, when he probably would have had at least 2 or 3 of those kick-ins. So when he was on the field, he had every kick-in, which was 2. So could you imagine if you had that and that you junked it up in that last little bit? So he could have gone 150 quite easily. But my God, one thing that stood out for me was how hard he works to get the ball. Like, he is sprinting everywhere. Like, he's got to have the best tank in the league, surely. Like, how can he be sprinting like that everywhere, like the whole ground? And it looks like he's not even puffed out. So yeah, absolute jet. Like, that's the biggest impressive thing for me, is like how hard he works like around the ground. I don't know if taggers can really shut him down if he plays the way he played last night, because he was just like, how are they going to keep up with him? I think he can really outrun anyone. And if you're going to tag him, you better have a fucking endurance beast on him, because he's going to get the ball. Anyway, moving on, we'll talk about Tom Mitchell. So Tom Mitchell, he won't kick 2 goals every week. Darcy Cameron, I don't know. He looked alright, but that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens tonight or today, and come back to you with another video. So good luck for the rest of the games.